Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby. I'm a mom of 4 and I like to share homeschooling and lifestyle content here on my channel. So if that is something that you're interested in and you like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Today is an Instagram Q&A. I asked on Instagram actually like a month ago, and I meant to do this so much faster than I did, but I just got distracted like I usually do. And I asked if you guys had any questions, and you guys have tons of questions. And so I'm just gonna run through a few and try to not make this too long. So let's get right into it. All right, so first question is, I'd love to hear how you are doing summer break this year with things finally opened again. So the quick answer is we live in Florida, and so last summer things were pretty open for us as far as like what we typically like to do. So the kids and I usually go to the beach a ton, and we have a pool at our house, so we usually do that. And then we have a place up in North Carolina, which you guys know because I share that side of our life quite often too. And so last year we just went there a little less, but it was just almost like another place to go and stay at home. So we were like at home a lot when we were in Florida, and then we just went up there and like ordered Walmart pickup groceries and hung out up there on the back porch. This summer my kids are in surf lessons and Eli is in golf lessons, and a couple of VBSs in town are open that weren't open last year, so I'm checking with my kids to see if any of them want to do that. But you know, just pretty chill. We usually do more like travel and stuff in the fall and in the winter when we take a ski trip, and so that's it. Just we hang around at home. We go up to North Carolina every now and then. The kids and I do. John sometimes flies up for the weekend and drives home with us, but yeah. And then we also are taking a trip to Williamsburg, which is like bucket list trip for myself, which I've never been, and you guys know I love American history, so I'm very excited about that. But very chill, like very normal for us. Last year was pretty normal for us. We are fortunate to live where we live as far as our normal life not being too affected last year, and I say that very like I'm very thankful for that. That's not lost on me that my kids had a typical summer last summer. But then again, we don't go and do like tons of summer camps and indoor activities, and it's literally when we're home, it's just the beach or the pool. So as soon as the beaches opened up last year in the summer, we called it summer break and we just enjoyed that. Okay, that was actually a longer answer. Favorite, let's see. I'm gonna go through these quickly. How do you expand on your curriculum to bring it alive to your kids? I love this question. It's such a good question. This is one I wish I had prepared for. Definitely lots of read alouds, lots of opportunities to be hands-on. I love 5 in a row because starting our homeschool foundation with 5 in a row years and years ago got my wheels turning as far as how to make books come alive, and I feel like that's just something that's ingrained in me now. So we always look for opportunity, leaving space in our schedule to pursue opportunities, you know, any field trips or options that come up. I definitely love documentaries. I think that's a fun way to make something come alive. America, the Story of Us is a great one, specifically for American history. We love living books, if you're familiar with that. If you're a Charlotte Mason homeschooler, that certainly makes it come alive. And then we always seek opportunities to do presentations for the grandparents, or involve food, or do a poetry tea time, or a cooking something or other that just like sights and sounds and smells. I think it's so cool that we have those opportunities with our kids. So that would be the quick answer off the cuff there. Homeschool curriculum choices for next year. Depending on when I put this video up, it will be very soon. Homeschool curriculum week is June 21st through 25th, I believe are the dates this year. So keep an eye out for that. I'm excited. How are you being intentional on raising Bella in today's culture? I could do a whole video on that. Man, I am so thankful for that little girl. She is such a sweetheart, and she has been the best first kid for us because she just loves Jesus so much. And so you know, we've started navigating like the preteen, teen years with her with the blessing of a child who is already on the straight and narrow, so it makes it easier. She's very agreeable. We come to terms. We've had a couple of bullying situations, one that was really, really hard for her, and I just loved that her outlook on it was never like, she never took it personal. She was just so sad that this girl feels like she needs to treat people this way, and she was really looking out for the other girls who were being spoken to, much less concerned with herself, much more concerned with the girls who were younger than her who were having issues with this girl as well. It was a beautiful situation to walk through. She also has just amazing friends. We have an amazing church community, but the quick answer is we don't do sleepovers. We filter everything, books, movies, TV, screen. There's no free screen time in our house. I don't care what anyone says about that. I'm not afraid to say that. We do not just give them the internet to browse on their own. We let them have screen time, but it is for select things. And we don't have cable, so we just watch a lot of shows together. She also has a great social life, so none of those things. I mean, she's funny, she's witty, she's smart. She's not lacking as far as being able to communicate and keep up with kids her age. She also, you know, she just gets to be 12 too. So I guess that would be an answer. I don't know. Did you like Simply Charlotte Mason's Shakespeare? I did, but the unfortunate thing was that last year we hit so many bumps in our school year that whatever we weren't already doing well, we really didn't finish well. So that was one that didn't get finished. I considered doing A Comedy of Errors again this year, but I decided to switch to Midsummer Night's Dream just to start fresh. I feel like we just needed a fresh start. Any suggestions for places to visit this summer in Florida? We love Siesta Key. If I were to name one place in the state to visit, I don't know, gosh, that's because we live here. I think I probably take it for granted, but we personally really like going over to Siesta Key. We live on the Atlantic coast, so we really like going over to the Gulf Coast, so we really like Siesta Key if you're wanting like a good fun beach vacation. Are you doing sensory bins or are you over it? We're kind of over it. Annie's 4 now, and so she's more into like crafting, but every so often we'll pull out a sensory bin. She also really likes her Young, Wild, and Friedman kits, which is kind of like an easy sensory activity for me to throw at her. How do you fit in time for yourself while being a mom and all that comes with it? I love this question too. So important for me to set boundaries for myself because I am really hard on myself and I will just work all day, especially with having YouTube and Usborne and John owning a business. Like, I feel like there's a task list always going for myself. So when my kids have quiet time, I have downtime and I make sure to use that time. It started years ago when John worked for UPS and he worked 14 hours a day. And I had to like use that quiet time to gear up for a full, like almost like another full shift with the kids by myself. Now it's just become habit and it's nice for me to rest during the day, have a coffee, read something edifying or listen to a podcast or a sermon. And it is really just like I very much look forward to that time of the day. And if I ever wake up late and miss my morning quiet time, it's nice to know like I have something to kind of restart during the day. Next question. What tips do you have for keeping your marriage healthy while raising kids? Marry John. He's so intentional. It's like that would be my answer. Just marry my husband. He makes it easy. Or not like he doesn't make it easy, but he is always like, if I need to talk, he's there. If I have a problem, he'll answer the phone. I try to not take advantage of that because he will answer at work. So I'm trying to be really intentional about not calling him at work. But we were given really great advice our first year of marriage by our pastor at the time. And it is 1 hour a day, 1 day a month, 1 weekend a year. 1 hour a day, 1 day a month, 1 weekend a year. And it is like spending an hour together in the evenings or at some point during the day, which seems like a lot, but like, I mean, it's hard sometimes to make sure we get that hour. Sometimes it's just we're watching the baseball game together, the kids are in bed. That's precious time to us. 1 day a month, so at least having one date night a month, which is something that's been very beneficial for us, and then one weekend a year. So usually it's our anniversary, but sometimes it's not. We just went to St. Augustine for the weekend. That might be our only trip for the year together, I'm not sure, but at least, you know, 2 or 3 nights away, and that we've been doing that for years, and I'm so thankful for that time. The more time you spend with them, the more time you want to spend with them. And then my rule, my personal rule, and I actually shared this with one of my girlfriends recently, who was like asking, or, you know, she was just like venting about something. And it's my first question anytime, especially, I mean, it's my own advice to myself. When he's the last person I want to go on a date with, go on a date. Go on a date. Like when you don't want to be in the same room as them, go make sure you're in the same room as them, because that's not like a healthy mindset. And so that's my version of not going to bed angry, is like when I don't have warm feelings, when there's a struggle, set aside some time and realign your hearts, because you know, you are one, and so you should be pursuing that. So when you're feeling like you don't want to pursue it, pursue it. How is it going with your new church? Oh, that's such a good question. And I wish I could share more, kind of like, because I get this question a lot about like why we left our old church. We seemed like we loved it so much, but I can't share that without speaking from just a place of hurt and a little bit of bitterness still, and still just sadness, you know. I know enough about holding your tongue and not speaking from a hurt place to just say, that was sad, and I hope there's healing in the future there. Anywho, but we love our new church. So it's one of those things where, like, you know, God is always at work, and when you're in the tough situations, the only thing you can say about it is like, I don't see what you're doing, but I know you're doing something with this. I know you will use this for your glory and for your good. We would never have ended up at the church we're at now unless there was like a huge breakdown where we were. We would never have left where we were. I mean, we loved it. I could not imagine our life if we weren't where we are now. So I'm so thankful. The community, the love for scripture, the love for God's people is just permeates every conversation, every you know, sermon, every service, every encounter we have had. And this coming weekend, we will have been there for 1 year. So I can't imagine life without our church community right now. What's been encouraging you lately? How have you seen God in your life recently? So I have been reading the book After Doubt by AJ Swoboda. It's so good. I love it. We just did a series on doubt. John and I serve with junior and senior boys and girls in our youth group. And first of all, that's where I'm seeing God work for sure, because I love getting to talk with and hear these stories and encourage these kids at that age. It's just such a great age when they're diving deeper in their faith. But we just did a series on doubt, and so I've been reading that book, and it's so good, so I love it. That's what's been encouraging me. Where I've been seeing God at work is just in like an insatiable appetite for scripture, for study. It's something that I've missed. I haven't had that feeling for 10 years. And it has completely transformed my life this year. I have always loved the Bible. I've always loved God's word, but something about like just the more I'm in it, the more I want it, has completely transformed my life. I'm trying to like rush through these so I don't keep this going too long. When is a good time to visit the beaches? Always. Do you know me? Always, guys. When it's hot, when it's cold, when it's rainy, when it's dry, just go to the beach and everything will be all right. All right, I'm just gonna do a couple more to keep this short because I don't know how to give short answers apparently. What does my husband do for work? John is a contractor. He stepped in, his dad has had a business in town for over 30 years, and he stepped in a few years ago to fill the role of project manager. And after getting his contractor's license last summer, which I forgot that was a part of our summer last summer, that was a lot. That was so much work. He took over the business last year so his dad could work toward retirement, and they also just started a property management company because they have such long-term customers, and a lot of them have been requesting that they do some property management for them. We have a lot of snowbirds in our town and a lot of their clients happen to be snowbirds, so they are also doing that right now. Next question. Dream vacation with your family and by yourself or with friends? I like going anywhere. My dad and I grew up traveling Europe, Africa, Central America, so many places with my dad. I had such a great middle and high school experience traveling the world with him. He goes on archaeological digs in the summer to Israel, and he has invited me to that, and so I'm considering it. So that would be like my kind of like my self dream vacation, either that or at my house with no one in it. That'd be a dream vacation by myself. With my kids right now, it's anywhere history that we've studied. Just any vacation that involves history is my dream vacation. I love history. Okay, I'm gonna do two more. Best advice. Oh, where did you get your wall shelves that's near your kitchen table? John made those. That's why you can't find it. Somebody said, I love that style and I can't find them. I bought the brackets on Amazon. I'll link them below, and then he stained some wood. I'll insert a clip so you guys can see those. Do some videos about your bathroom renovation. Love your style. He's gonna just die if I show you guys already, but I will insert a quick clip about the renovation. I'll do a clean with me next month. It's almost done, and I will show the whole bathroom in the clean with me. Best advice for disciplining kids: being proactive, natural consequences, training them for adulthood from the beginning. I always want my kids to know that their choices affect them, not that their choices hurt me. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of like my quick answer to that, because I'm trying to be fast here, but they're whole people, even when they're kids. Giving, like, if you're gonna lecture them, give them like a solid lecture about like why this would ultimately hurt them or hurt them in the future. For example, with like procrastination, how that would affect them in work one day, and just wanting the best for them. So disciplining them to disciple them, not disciplining them because you're upset. So sometimes it involves taking a breather. What kind of car do you have? I think somebody asked this in a personal message as well, so I already answered them. But I have a Traverse, a 2020 Traverse, and John has a diesel, like Silverado, a new Silverado, like a, oh, there's so many like things that went in, so many letters and things that went into it, but that's what he has. Like Z, I think there's a Z on it, if it matters. Okay, and then the last question was somebody asking how I shop for my kids for Christmas so early, because they were saying their kids lose interest, and that is so true. My kids often lose interest, but when I shop early, like if I've bought something already, it's, you know, the end of May, early June, it's because the sale was like incredible. And so what we always do if our kids lose interest, and even if it's something our kids aren't interested in, but it's a really good deal on a high quality toy, is we will save the things and then choose an angel tree child or some kind of like Christmas donation. Choose that child based on the age level of stuff we have. So like I bought Annie a Welly Wisher with some American Girl rewards points. I paid $0 for it. I wasn't gonna miss that opportunity. But if she doesn't want American Girl for Christmas, if she's not into it anymore, I am sure that I will find a child on the tree same age who wants baby dolls and be able to gift a high quality item. That happens with Prime Day. I shop Prime Day most often to do some early educational toy shopping for those kids. There's a local migrant association in our town, and the only thing on their wish list is educational toys. That's like my favorite thing to buy, so it's my favorite thing to give. So I love that we have found that to donate to. So, you know, if our kids aren't into it anymore, the only reason I would have bought it early was because it was a crazy, crazy deal. Somebody will want that for Christmas. So that is how I'm able to shop early for the kids. Oh my word. Okay, that was hard work. Could you guys pick up on like my frantic feeling during this video? I'm never setting a time limit for myself in a video again. I do not like that feeling. Anyway, if you guys like Q&A style videos, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Thank you guys for those questions. Bye guys.